Peter Dinklage was once seen as a breakthrough actor for little people, but now he's being seen as the man who closes the door on them and he's being trashed by the little people community. Peter Dinklage was born with dwarfism, which is why he's only able to grow to 4'5", but in the world of acting, dwarfism isn't that rare. And the reason is there's always been consistent work for little people in acting, with one big example being The Wizard of Oz, where 124 little people were hired to play the Munchkins, and there's always been roles such as elves, goblins, and many more. Peter Dinklage wanted to be taken as a serious actor and didn't view playing an elf or a goblin as dignified. And for Peter Dinklage's career, years later he was offered a chance to play Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, and even though he'd actually make $35 million off the series, he initially told the producers no. But the person who convinced Peter Dinklage to take the role was George R. R. Martin, who wrote Game of Thrones, saying that he wasn't going to be playing some stereotypical little person in a fantasy novel, but instead be playing a genius who was a misunderstood man by people because of his size. So Peter Dinklage ended up taking the part, but demanded Warner Brothers give him a contract that would make it so he never had to grow a beard or wear pointy shoes for the roles, and that would be his requirement doing the part. And that role led to Peter Dinklage being the biggest little person in Hollywood, where he ended up getting parts like X-Men Days of Futures Past, where they actually took characters who weren't dwarfs but just hired him anyway because he was such a big name. Another movie Peter Dinklage just did was Wicked, where he's the voice of Professor Dillamond, and that movie is expected to be a huge success. Remember, Wizard of Oz was a big movie for little people, where 124 of them were hired. For Wicked, not a single little person was hired to play a Munchkin. Peter Dinklage was able to make over $250,000 from just doing a voice role for Wicked, while no other little person was able to get any work as a Munchkin at all. Because this, many little people are calling out Peter Dinklage, saying his actions and comments are costing hundreds of people jobs.